Hi YouTube, and this is JTrain997, and I'm back this time with my review of the Neca New York Comic Con '08 exclusive Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles box set. Now, there are a couple of reasons that this box set is probably the most sought after item in the Neca Turtles line. One, of course, is that it's signed by the creators of the Turtles, Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. I believe I'm saying that right. And they each did a little sketch of the turtle. They did this for most every box, but some of the exclusives you see shown up do lack the signature, making the ones with the signature much more valuable. Another thing is that with the Comic Con exclusive edition, they had these in the color and these in the black and white version. You get everything that would normally come with the standard Turtles figures if they came in their single Wave 1 packaging. Of course, you see the lamppost up there. You can see each street base behind them. And down there you can kind of make out their baby turtle. They come with quite a few more accessories, which I'm assuming are somewhere else in the packaging. Unfortunate that I have to open something that they signed, but I'll just take really good care of the box. Of course, oops, gonna have to pick that up. Some really nice box art on the side. Of course, the same as the black and white Turtles, except it's in color, like this set, of course. Of course, over here on the side, you have a picture of all the Turtles. And over here it says, Neca proudly presents these highly detailed superposable action figures based on the original comic books created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Each figure features over 20 points of articulation and character-specific accessories. Celebrate over 2 decades of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with this new collection. So, very, very excited to have these guys, especially with it being such a rare set. So let's pull these bad boys out of packaging. And here we have Raphael out of packaging. Well, we have all Turtles out of packaging, but we're going to do them one by one. And of course, you can see that he comes with the biggest part of the diorama that interconnects, which is the lamppost. Strange thing though, the lamppost is completely black and white, while most of the items on the street are in color. So, a bit odd, but oh well. Of course, on to Raphael, removing him from the street base, which more detail on that when we have them all out. If you saw my black and white review, you already know that you may think these all look alike, and as far as bodies, they usually are, but there's some key differences in the face sculpts. Mainly with Raphael, he has more of a scowl than the other Turtles, and of course, his fingers are open a little bit wider so that he can hold his sai like this. Of course, let's pull these out of his hand. Of course, if you go to, it's really hard to actually get him to grip it like standardly, even more so than the black and white Turtles, which I'm assuming it can be done. I just had to put a little extra force in there. Just give me 1 second. Yeah. Boy, these hands are really stuck like that. It looks like it's going to take an excessive amount of force, but I did have it in there right before the review. I'll see if I can't get it in there for the final pose. The only reason I can think of that is his hands might be a little different for the simple fact of one of his accessories he comes with, but we'll get to that in just a second. His articulation is very surprising, actually. He has 360 degrees at the elbow, shoulder joint, elbow joint, and very flexible wrist joint. Of course, leg joint. Looks like he's double jointed at the knee and a foot joint. A lot of people's problems with these Turtles figures are the necks. They think the necks are a little big, but there's some surprising articulation in them. You can do a 360, go up and down, and then there's another ball joint when you get to the head. So really, no problem at all. I think the articulation is absolutely fantastic, and you get down to detail on these guys, and the detail is just superb. Down to the paint and everything. I just think Neca is a fantastic job at detailing a figure, probably the best in the business. And now we get to his accessories. Of course, his Tusai, his baby version of himself, which, once again, Neca is fantastic on these. There's some surprising detail in this guy. So let's put the baby Raph back here. He also comes with 3 of these little blades right here. He has a really hard time holding these. I don't think I can really get him in his hands anyway. They'll stay. Yeah, not really at all. But if you're wondering what these are, in the first issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, there's one scene where they're fighting Shredder, and there's a scene where he's literally throwing these at the Shredder, all 3 of them at once. But seem kind of pointless, seeing as I can't really get him to hold them, but oh well. On his final accessories, which are his interchangeable hands, Each turtle came with the same set of hands, which are their kind of climbing hands. You can see they've got the spike strips on there. And that's the only reason I can think of that the hands are a little bit different than the black and white turtles, which they pop off. The regular hands pop off just fine, and then you've got the spiked hand Raph. Let's get the other one on here. And boom. He's ready to climb. So overall, Raph is one of the rarer out of the, if you're going to buy these in the single original Wave 1 package of turtles, this guy will run you about $100 to $120. So glad I got him in the box set. So with that being said, let's move on to the next figure. And here we have Michelangelo out of packaging. Like I said, with all the figures having a very slight difference, as you can notice, Mikey's got a big smile on his face. And also very interesting is that instead of just a piece of plastic, we actually get chains with his nunchucks, which is very nice. Of course, let's get a full 360 of him on his base. Some very nice detail. Once again, very impressed by this. One thing about it, their foot pegs, is that it kind of looks awkward when you have them on the ground. This goes for all the figures. It looks like the foot's kind of lifting off almost, but that makes for some very good kicking poses. Of course, putting him back. Let's put him off the base really quick. Of course, he has the full range of articulation. Hands pop off and swap out for his climbing hands just fine. Once again, probably going to be running short on time, so I'm not going to really go into much detail about the same figure. But once again, very nice. And of course, his accessories are his baby turtle, which is the same as Raph's. And he also comes with 3 of these throwing stars. Ooh, one of them fell. And that's literally the panel after Raph throws the 3 blades. Mikey throws the 3 throwing stars. So, with that being said, let's move on to the next turtle. And here we have Leonardo out of packaging. Now let's get a quick 360 of this guy. He does have his sword sheaths on his back, which is his most noticeable difference from the other turtles, seeing as he does kind of have a scowl on his face, much like Raphael, but his isn't quite as mean as his, not quite as downturned. He does have the exact same base as Raphael, however, but instead of a lamppost, he comes with a fire hydrant. And of course, let's pull him off of his base here. Has the standard range of articulation for the Turtles figures. Nothing hindered, but still some fantastic articulation. So, that being said, let's pull his swords out of here. With the black and white Turtles, I had a lot of problems with them fitting into his sheaths, but they seem to be staying just fine. Of course, popping one of his hands out really quick. I'm getting one of his, where's his climbing hand? Here it is. Boom. So you have Leo with his climbing hand, and his only other accessory, which was his baby turtle, which unfortunately, if you can see here, has a little spot of yellow paint, a little quality control on there, but nothing major. So that being said, let's move on to the next turtle. And here we have Donatello out of packaging. Now, let's get a quick 360 of this guy. His most noticeable difference from the other turtles is that he has no teeth at all showing. Of course, he comes with his street base. Let's pull him off here. He has the full range of movement, no hindered articulation at all. Of course, he has the he's holding his staff really quick, pulling this out. Of course, some very nice detail on the staff. Very impressive. Of course, he also comes with his baby turtle, interchangeable claw hands, and he also comes with the canister of ooze that originally transformed the turtles from baby turtles into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So with that being said, let's get this diorama put together. And here we have the street base out and assembled. On both of the pieces of the row just tab into the underside of the street, and then you just slide them together. There's nothing really to connect these two parts. They did a superb job of littering the street with debris. Of course, your plank of wood, which is flexible, your manhole cover, fire hydrant, lamppost, very nice. And down here we have all turtles crawling towards the vial of ooze that will turn them into the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So let's get all these guys on their diorama. And finally, here we have all 4 turtles on their base. They're on their particular foot peg. You don't have to have them like that. You can have them off and posed in any position you want. And there's the baby turtles again. Superb set. The thing is that this New York Comic Con pack is the only way to get all of these without going for each individual figure, which is quite expensive, with Raph and Donatello being the most, with Leo and Mikey running $30 a piece, I think. This set will run you anywhere between $150 to $300, maybe more, depending on who's bidding on it, because some guys really, really want this. But if you're a Turtles fan, this is definitely the set to own. I found very few flaws in it. You know, a little quality control on the baby turtles. Some of the accessories have a hard time fitting in their hands, but overall, this is a fantastic set, a must-own for any Turtles fan, and I'll give this a 9.5 out of 10 and say I'll see you soon, YouTube.